Moonshine Comedy.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Williams, and I'm here with
Silviu, and welcome for the second episode, right?
second episode of Lost in Lithuania, where we discuss living in Lithuania, being stand-up comics, and just overall stuff in Lithuania. So first, we're going to talk about English comedy in Lithuania. So let's start with you. So how did you get started with comedy?
Well, it was one of my dreams to do it, and actually I didn't start it in Lithuania. I can say that I have one experience. I had one show in Romania. And I don't want to speak about it too much. Okay, I'm gonna do it for the sake of the episode.
So how many countries have you done it in?
Well, if I'm counting Romania once, it would be two countries.
Two countries, there we go.
Not bad.
I think I've done it in probably like 10 or 15 countries.
All right, yeah. I hope that I'll go there one day. But my experience in Romania, because I tried it in my first year of university, there was this like student contest, and I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. But if the crowd is not there for stand-up, it will not necessarily be a good show.
That is something, if you do stand-up comedy, doing it when they're not expecting stand-up comedy can be a disaster.
Well, it was horror. It was so bad that I haven't tried it again for I don't even know, 12 years or something.
Oh, it's like you do so bad that you have to wait 12 years to start it again?
Yeah.
Do you have the video?
No, I hope that that video doesn't exist anywhere.
Is it in English?
Nah, it was in Romanian.
I wish I could have seen it
but
in
man,
English.
it was so bad. I even had this joke that one of the guys in the crowd was funnier than me. He had more success than me.
He was funnier than you?
Yeah, he had better reactions than me, basically. His friends were pissing themselves laughing at his jokes, not on mine. And then I built up the courage. I found out about Moonshine Comedy, and I came to one of your shows, and I said, you know what, if I approached you after, and I was like, if it's possible that I would be able to try it, and you was more than welcome to.
I remember when I first saw you, I was like, damn, this guy's tall. That's my first thought. And then you're like, stand-up comedy. I'm like, well, you can do it in a basement.
Yeah. So we started to do it in Šnekutis. I mean, you had more experience prior to that, but for me, Šnekutis was home. I was calling it home for stand-up for, I don't even remember, I think like 5 weeks, 6 weeks after
You did
that.
it for a while. So the English comedy scene here is actually very interesting because prior to me, I don't think there was any foreigners doing stand-up comedy. Maybe occasionally they would come in and do a set.
Yeah.
But I started doing, actually my first open mic was in Kaunas at Jump Pub, if anyone knows that place. It's the college bar.
Okay.
It's where college students go and creepy guys go to hit on college girls.
Sounds like the place to go. Maybe we'll visit someday. Yeah.
I like how I gave that description and you're like, no, I want to go there now.
I'm not sure if you wanted to paint like a bad picture about it, or it's like the place to go, basically.
Nah, it was... Yeah, the floors were sticky, and I remember I loved doing it, and I did it so many times. Or, I loved it, and then I just had to keep on doing it, so I would do so many times. So I would take the train, basically, from Kaunas to Vilnius, so I could do 7 minutes and take the train back. That's why whenever people complain, they're like, oh, I have to go an hour to Kaunas to do some stand-up. I'm like, I have no sympathy.
I'm one of those persons.
Yeah, you're one of those people.
And I didn't even took the train. I went there with the car, and it still felt like too big of an effort just for 7 minutes.
Yeah, well, and that's the only thing we had. We had the main show, and then sometimes they would do shows in Kaunas, which I would try to sign up for as much as possible. But then one day I wanted to keep on doing it, and I was kind of at a crossroads where I could either stay in Lithuania and try to do English comedy here, or go to another country and work on it. So what I did was, I remember it was during the summer, about a month before it, I sent out a message saying, hey, I'm thinking about doing stand-up comedy. In English, would people be interested? And the Facebook post just got tons of likes, tons of popularity. It just went wild. Absolutely wild.
Yeah.
And so I decided to do it. And that one there were like 70, 80 people.
Oh, that's a good crowd.
It's a good crowd, but imagine the first time you're running a show and you get 80 people and no comedians.
But in the same time, how many gigs you did before that?
Before that, there was quite a lot of gigs I did.
So it's not like you went straight from the street, so you
It's
had
not
some
like-
experience.
Yeah, I had some experience doing stand-up comedy, but doing MC work is a whole different ball game.
I'm fully aware of that. I tried
Yeah.
it.
And then, so we started with this, basically we would do at lineup every other week, tried to do that. Numbers have been gone up and down, never unsuccessful night. But what happened is I was thinking, lineup is such a big venue. I need something smaller because a lot of people felt uncomfortable. Actually, so the first time
Yeah.
I had one comedian said he would go. His name was Antanas. He's a Lithuanian comedian, and I remember the day of, I messaged him because he agreed to do it, and I messaged him. I said, "Hey, can you do this?" And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was tonight." But
Wait,
he's-
which Antanas? Antanas,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
showrunner in.
Yeah, the showrunner K2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
it was fun to watch him. And then we had one person from the crowd saying, "Give me a shot." And so I let him do that. And yeah, so after that, so a couple, months later, I thought we need to have a weekly thing, something small so people could go on stage. And the first place we tried doing it was Busetreches. We did it 2 times. And then I tried to message them about doing it again, but they didn't message back. Busetreches was nice. It's a nice place to go to. Love the place. But then the people who did lineup said, "Hey, why don't you do this other place called Downtown Food Hall in Kino, Delhi?"
I heard stories about that place.
That place was terrible. Imagine you're on a stage like this and you're at this food court. So
Yeah.
people are coming in, Bolt delivery drivers are coming in, coming out. We had some of the wildest shows.
But you know what? As you said earlier, if people are not there for stand-up, it's not their basic job to listen to you. So
Yeah, and it was very hard because people would bring their kids. So you're sitting there with their kids. There was a big window, so you could look out. It was very distracting. And then the next one, I decided to move it. Well, we didn't decide to move it. Basically, it got canceled. The people, they had a falling out. I don't know what happened, but then I approached Šnakutas and I said, "Hey, can I do it here in your basement?"
yeah.
And they were like, "Yeah, go ahead, do it in the basement." And it was fun. I love the place. The guys at Šnakutas are great. Ritas, Darius,
Modestas, I think it's just
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Apollo, those guys are awesome, great, love them. But the only issue was the venue was not great for stand-up. We tried it upstairs, but upstairs it was more dinner, it wasn't as popular.
Yeah.
Downstairs, the seats weren't great for stand-up. And then I had put up some posters here at Flow Bar. And I looked at the venue. I said, this is kind of nice. So I asked him, and that's kind of how we're doing it here at Flow Bar.
And yeah, again, special thanks for Flow Bar for hosting us.
Yeah.
Every Thursday, if you guys want to come and see us, or maybe if you want to try it, to go on stage.
We're actually gonna have someone in today.
Yeah.
I got a message. Someone said, "Hey, I'm interested in some stand-up. I'm going to try it." So yeah, we got more people coming, and it's growing quite well.
So overall, the English comedy scene of Lithuania, I think that it's growing. It's continuously growing. Yeah, because Now, I mean, maybe when you started, it was only you, let's say,
It was only me.
and now we can say that we know at least a dozen of them, you know, like the comedians that technically
Mhm.
are doing it in English constantly.
Yeah, constantly we have a good amount of comedians. Yeah, it's really interesting to see the comedians that have come and went. Oh gosh, I could do a whole another segment on that. But yeah, that's kind of the whole comedy scene here in Lithuania. Yeah, but
Yeah. And for us, for example, I mean, what I really, I mean, I have mixed feelings about it, about going to open mics when people are paying to see people trying jokes. For me, that's insane. You know?
Because in Lithuania they charge money for their open mics.
Yeah.
Which it's
I have
open
weird
mic.
feelings about it. Yeah.
Open mic, packed house. You have 70 people who have paid
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
to see an open mic, and it works. Like I'm not.
But I mean, for us, I mean, I'm not sure it's for you also, but for me, when I'm going, for example, because we're doing it in English, but we are also accepted to perform in Lithuanian open mics, you know, where we are the only foreigners. And basically, when I'm going there, I can't go there for the purpose of open mic to try jokes, to try new material, you know, because the crowd is so big. I need to go there and deliver my good material in a way that you feel pressure because those people pay the ticket to see.
I mean, I agree with you, but in the beginning, I only knew open mics that were paid for, and I only knew crowds that had like 50 to 100 people. I was more intimidated by the small rooms than I was by the big rooms.
But why do you
It's
think
weird.
that? You think
Well-
that it's harder to make a smaller amount of people laugh?
Well, it definitely is, but it's the reason why is I never did it. Like, imagine me doing comedy and you only do it in a big room.
Yeah.
Someone's bound to laugh. And even if you're
Yeah.
bombing, at least one person is kind of enjoying it.
Yeah.
I had that happen once. One person was laughing while the rest of them looked at me in horror, like, who is this guy?
So what was your impression? Like that person was the only one that was getting it, or?
Yeah, well, he was the only one I was performing to. But that's the thing is that, you know, for me, it was normal, and for people now, they look at that on our crew and look and be like, "What is this?" It's different.
Yeah. That's why for us, because we're trying to do it here in a smaller venue, we want people to try it because we want the English comedy scene to get developed in Lithuania, and we want you guys, if you want to try it, to come and join us, and maybe in the crowd or maybe on the stage. For us, it's free. Every Thursday in Flow Bar, it's free. You can.
But we do accept donations.
do accept donations. Yeah, don't. It's nobody's forcing you, but if you enjoyed the show, you are more than welcome to donate.
No, it's a good scene though. It's really nice here. It's growing. Even the Lithuanian comedians are really nice, and some of them are performing with us as well.
Yeah.
We hope to get it better, you know? It's like with anything.
Yeah. The more we do it, technically we improve, right? So,
Well, I think that's gonna be it for today. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Lost in Lithuania, where we talk about Lithuanian things, a lot of stand-up comedy, culture, and differences. So, yeah, please join us next time.
thank you, and see you next time. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, a comment. If you hate us, give us a comment. It will help for the algorithm. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't like this American or Romanian.
go
back.
ahead, go ahead, write 10,000 comments from 10,000 different accounts.
All right, sounds good. You guys, yeah, have a nice
you.
day.
Moon